Hello everyone, Dr. Mark here, and today I want to talk to you about the 7 cleanest dog breeds and ways to keep them even cleaner around your house. A lot of new puppy owners complain about the mess, something I do not hear much from new kitten owners. Puppies like to play in dirt, climb on furniture, chew and slobber on toys, and some even have accidents in the house that stain the carpet. By the time they are adults, many owners are used to it, but unfortunately some puppies are so messy that they do not make it until they are adults. Some dog breeds are more likely to make a mess around your house than others. If you choose to bring home a Newfoundland, for example, your dog is going to slobber and shed a lot. When it is time to clean up after them after their walk each day, you will be faced with a massive problem. Some other breeds are among the cleanest. They do not slobber, do not shed much, prefer the couch to digging in the backyard, do not make much of a mess when they do go out, and are easy to house train. This video will discuss those dogs. You will notice that this list does not contain any large dog breeds like those found in some of the other articles on this subject. If you want a clean dog, but you read and trust a site telling you how clean Dalmatians and Chows are, you'll likely wind up having to deal with huge piles of stool that need to be hauled to the trash every day. You may end up hauling your new dog to the animal shelter at some point. If you want a large dog but drooling is an issue in your house, I do have a video to help you select the right dog. Consider your needs before making any decision. I do not want to see any dog taken into a shelter, so you should consider the dogs that are discussed in this video. Before I get into the list of dogs and the tips for housebreaking, I wanted to take a moment to discuss my Ask a Vet column. I am a veterinarian with over 40 years experience and have an Ask a Vet column at yourpetsathome.com and pethelpful.com. Although not all health problems can be diagnosed without a physical exam and some lab work, you can contact me if you have any questions about your dog's current treatment, if you have any problems treating your dog, or even if you just want a second opinion about the type of treatment your pet is receiving. You can send us an email and we will try to help. Please make it as complete as possible, and let me know how old your pet is, any pertinent history, and please include any photos if your dog has a skin condition or cancer. There is no charge for asking a question. Potential stains on the carpet are one reason some families will choose not to own a dog. The Shiba Inu is one of the easiest dog breeds to house train and is unlikely to make a mistake later on. Shiba Inus are really cute and can be almost excessive in their cleanliness. They are small, usually less than about 22 pounds, affectionate, and do not bark much. They are not easy to train, but one thing they do pick up fairly quickly is how to use a litter box. These dogs would probably be considered one of the best dogs on this list, but they do have some problems. The first is shedding, so if you want to avoid too much hair on the furniture, they need to be brushed daily. They also have a high prey drive with some animals but do tend to get along with household companions like cats. Some of them also have health problems like allergies and luxating patella, although generally, the breed is healthy, and its lifespan is often 12 to 15 years. My personal favorite for the cleanest? Definitely the tiny Maltese. They only weigh from 4 to 9 pounds. Even though some of these dogs have long hair, it does not shed. The long hairs do break off though, so you may find a hair on your carpet occasionally. If you want an easy to care for dog, they can be kept in a puppy cut instead of leaving them long. Daily brushing to prevent tangling is a must, even if they have a puppy cut, but it can be done in just a few minutes if the dog has short hair. Maltese coats are so clean that they are one of those breeds that have been labeled as hypoallergenic. They are great in small apartments since they do not smell bad. Since they are tiny and their teeth are huge compared to the size of the mouth, you do need to brush the teeth daily. Dental disease smells terrible. If you do not have time to brush this dog daily, it is best to consider another breed like the Whippet or Basenji. You can ask the groomer to give your Maltese a puppy cut, but the dog still needs to be brushed under the ears and on the belly so that the hair does not form painful mats. Tiny dogs have very small bladders, and some people have had problems with housebreaking their Maltese. Some of these dogs do bark too much, and some breeders will warn away families with toddlers and infants. My dog was always fine around my kids when they were very young, but part of the problem is that toddlers can hurt the dog. Since they are small, they tend to be fragile and can be hurt during very rough play. My family have had one of these dogs and he was great around kids, but my 4-year-old son did injure while playing with the dog. Some owners complain that their dogs are so tiny that they are not able to control their bladders as well as a larger dog. If you are a senior citizen or someone who wants a clean first dog, the Maltese is a great choice. If you want a dog but have decided that the way to keep your house cleanest is to get a cat, there is another canine alternative. This little Japanese, or Chinese, depending on who you believe, Chin dog is small and has some cat-like behaviors that make him amazingly clean compared to your average dog. Japanese Chin tends to groom themselves, sometimes licking their legs and paws so excessively that they can develop hairballs. Since they do not need much exercise, they are not going to be going out and dragging sticks and leaves into your house. And, since they are tiny little dogs, weighing only 8 or 9 pounds, they are great in a little apartment and, if paper or litter box trained, will not make a big mess. These little dogs are prone to some health problems, mostly because of being bred for a flat face, and besides not being able to handle the heat are also prone to eye injuries and luxating patellas. Since they shed, they need their coats brushed every day, and with their poor dentition also need their teeth brushed daily. They become very attached to their family and are prone to separation anxiety and, if left alone for too long, have been known to become destructive. If you do want a small dog that is as clean as a cat, however, the Japanese Chin is your best choice. The cleanest dog breeds often have a lot of other good qualities. One thing I like about Basenjis is that they are easy to keep groomed and do not bark, even if they do have a yodel that some neighbors never get used to. These dogs do not shed as much as some breeds with short hair. They do not normally have much of a doggy odor, and since the dog often licks himself like a cat and self-grooms, he does not tend to get dirty. Like all dogs, they do need exercise, but even after a walk grooming is pretty simple. Some people will point out that these dogs need a lot of exercise, more than most other breeds. If left alone, they get bored and destructive and can be aggressive to other pets. These dogs are clean but not recommended for first-time dog owners. Many people who have owned Bichons comment on what a neat dog they are compared to their previous pets. A big benefit is that they do not shed much, and since they are usually white dogs, dirt shows up easily and they tend to be bathed more often. When bathed more often, their dander and loose fur ends up in the bathwater. Since most of these dogs are so social, they are also groomed a lot, and the remaining loose hair will come out in the brush. They are sturdy little dogs and will probably follow you outside and participate in outside activities. Back inside, they will need to be groomed again. You will also need to take your dog to a professional groomer about every 6 weeks to have the coat clipped. Bichons do tend to bark a lot. Since they weigh up to about 20 pounds, they are not tiny, but despite having a normal bladder, many families complain of housebreaking problems. Like all the small breeds, they are also prone to several health problems. Bichons are prone to allergies and ear problems but are also known to suffer from luxating patellas, diabetes, and heart disease. If you are looking for a clean dog that is considered hypoallergenic, the Bichon Frise is a good choice. Since they are one of the tiniest dog breeds, the Chihuahua does everything in miniature and can be a very clean and easy to care for pet. They do shed but have a thin coat and are small, so they can be groomed easily. They do need their teeth brushed daily but are so little that they are easy to handle. If your main concern in cleanliness is your carpet, then the Chihuahua might not be your best choice. Since they are so tiny, their bladders are small, and some have trouble holding their urine and might need to go out more often. Although these dogs are clean, they can be prone to obesity, especially when they are older. Like some other small dog breeds, they also bark too much. Other people are concerned because of the Chihuahua's reputation with children. They are fragile dogs and not considered good except for with their main family member or other Chihuahuas. When abused by kids, they do tend to become angry. Chihuahuas usually live a long time but suffer from numerous health problems. The breed's cleanliness should not be your primary reason for getting one of these dogs, but they are good pets for a senior with no kids in the house. The last dog on this list is the Whippet. They are nice pets since they do not smell like some dog breeds, but if never having dog hair on the bed or couch is top on your list for cleanliness, this is not the best dog breed for you. Whippets have thin skin and are pretty skinny dogs, so they will look for the softest place in the house to lie down and rest their weary bones. Their hairs are short, but will fall out if not brushed every day. They do sleep a lot, which is one reason they make such great apartment dogs. They do not have a doggy odor, and their fine coat has very few hairs. Whippets are sighthounds and need plenty of exercise. Just taking them for a walk on the leash is not usually enough, so they are not for a person that wants to be home all of the time. They are tough dogs as long as their prey is running away from them. They are not nearly as brave when it comes to meeting strangers, and if someone knocks on the door too loudly, a Whippet will often run and hide. First, you should bathe your dog as often as needed. How often you can do so will depend on your dog's skin type, as some dogs do suffer from overbathing and dry skin, but a bathed dog is not going to shed as much skin around your house. For a dog like the Maltese or Bichon, you should start out bathing about every other week and see how the coat does. Second, keep a towel by the back door so that you can wipe your dog's feet each time he comes in. No matter how much you bathe your dog, he is going to bring dirt into the house. Some dogs do not mind the sound of one of those handheld mini vacuums, so you can also use this if you want to pull up the dirt particles before taking your dog inside. Third, keep your dog brushed. Even some of the clean dogs, like the Shiba Inu, will shed, so if you and your dog have a daily brushing habit, your house is going to stay a lot cleaner. Even dogs that do not shed will benefit from daily brushing. Maltese hair is very fine and will break off from time to time, so if you brush your dog regularly, this will happen during grooming. At number 4, you should brush your dog's teeth daily. This is important in all breeds since doggy breath secondary to rotting teeth can affect a huge area. If your dog is small, the problem is that much more severe. Fifth, most of the dogs on this list need professional grooming. Especially when your dog has long hair, this can be very important. Just ask for a sanitary cut, and when you take your dog, and be sure to take advantage of your groomer's knowledge and ask them about the frequency of bathing for your dog's type of skin. 6. You should feed a high-quality meat-based diet. Some dogs have excessive gas because of the cheap carbohydrate fillers in all ultra-processed dry dog food, others have loose stool that is anything but easy to clean up. A meat-based diet will produce smaller stools that are easier to clean up, help you avoid the gas problem, and will also prevent anal gland problems from developing. If you are concerned about the smells and mess with keeping a dog, taking the time to buy a good diet, or using a minimally processed diet from sources on the internet, is one of the best things you can do. 7. You should only buy toys that can be thrown in the washer, and use them as needed. Smaller toys can be thrown in the washer, stuffing and all, but when buying bedding, make sure that it has zippers so that you can remove the cover and wash it separately. Beds will absorb a lot of doggy odor if not washed regularly. At number 8, if stains on the carpet are a problem, exercise your dog more. Some small dogs do not have a problem holding their urine all day, others are more likely to have accidents if only let out twice a day. The best thing you can do for your dog, both mentally and physically, is to take him on a walk in the mornings, afternoon, and evening. Finally, the 9th tip is that some dog breeds will smell less offensive if their problem area is cleaned regularly. Bulldogs need their folds wiped out every day to prevent a smelly bacterial infection, cockers and springers need their ears flushed regularly, and schnauzers need a few minutes of beard grooming each day after eating to prevent food from being carried around the house. Regular bathing may be enough for a Whippet, Maltese, or Bichon, but if you have a smelly breed you need to clean them more often. When you have decided that you want a clean dog in your house and know which breed you are looking for, the first stop in your search should be your local animal shelter. People give up dogs for all kinds of reasons, and you may just find that perfect little Maltese or Chihuahua at your first stop. Do not accept a dog of a type that you are not looking for. Most of these end up getting returned to the shelter, and dogs that are returned are much less likely to be adopted a second time. If you are not able to find a clean dog at your local shelter, check the website petfinder.com. They have listings from animal shelters in neighboring cities and states and may have what you need. If you still are not successful, be sure to look for rescue groups that operate in your region. Just pull up your search engine and type in Maltese Rescue near me, and read the contact information for the rescues in your region. They may have puppies or adult dogs. You should also consider finding a puppy or dog through an ethical breeder. Finding a reputable breeder may take a little time, as you will need to visit local dog shows to meet breeders and others who have bought puppies in this manner. You can also check the AKC website to find breeders of merit. The dogs available through an ethical breeder are more likely to be high quality, and if you do not find what you want, a breeder may also help you in your search. The breeder will also want to know that the home she is selling to is the right one, so she may ask you a lot of questions too. Some of these small breeds, Maltese, Japanese Chin, etc., are common at puppy mills and are sold through pet shops or brokers that will offer to meet you in a local parking lot. Do not get a puppy in this way. Your new dog will probably have behavioral and housebreaking problems and never be what you expected. Thank you for watching. I am a veterinarian with over 40 years of experience with dogs and cats, exotics, poultry, and livestock of many types. If the information in this video was helpful, please give it a like so that it can reach more viewers, and if you know any other dog families that need to know this information, please share it. Be sure to subscribe too if you want more information on dog health issues. If you prefer to read this information, you can find my articles at pethelpful.com. If you have any health problems with your dog and need some information, please contact me at my Ask a Vet column at pethelpful.com or askavet@yourpetsathome.com.